For some, games are a way of life, and everyone has their own preferences. Some like games with a heavy storyline, whilst others prefer the AAA games where you shoot the hell out of each other like Call of Duty and Battlefield. So it's open debate which is better, story or AAA games. Hi guys, I'm Toby, and this week we're looking at one of the most debated topics out there, storytelling or AAA FPS games. Over the years, both of these genres have arguably made up the gaming industry, with games like Call of Duty and Battlefield leading the line for AAA FPS kind of games, where with the announcement of The Last of Us Part 2 at PSX, it shows that storytelling games are still big within the gaming industry. So, let's get into this. Looking and comparing the two genres, they couldn't be more different than one another. One mainly has an gripping story, whilst the other focuses heavily on multiplayer side of things. Again, both completely different, but both genres heavily make up the gaming industry. The thing I love about storytelling games is the fact that the story is so good, you could literally be like me and be immersed within the game for hours on end. It's these games that allow us to not only lose a sense of time, but in some cases reality too. In cases like The Walking Dead, for example, Season 1, you are able to become that character both mentally and physically within the game. Literally everything you do makes a difference in the outcome, so every decision is meaningful and every decision is challenged. And over time it makes you question if actually what you did in the game is right or whether you've made the wrong decision. So over time and the more you play these sort of games and question your own decisions, it can actually change how you see the world and it can change your perspective of life. Now this may sound sad and you can all take the piss if you want, but I've had games that pretty much made me break down and cry like a little girl. A prime example is The Walking Dead Season 1, and oh my god, what a game, what a story. Currently, I don't really see any other genres bringing players close to tears. In fact, the best story games tend to be produced by indie game developers. One main reason is that they have the freedom to make whatever they want, without any real pressure to perform. They have this freedom to express themselves within the gaming culture than compared to other big corporate companies and other games. If you want to know more about this and why this is, I'll put a link down below in the description to a few articles into storytelling in games, so go check it out. On the other side of things is the good old AAA games such as Call of Duty and Battlefield. Both franchises are arguably the biggest franchise in current and possibly gaming history. And it's also kinda ironic that they're both FPS shoot 'em up games. Unlike the storytelling games, these games are mainly about the multiplayer side of things. In fact, the multiplayer tends to be the main element of AAA games. Again, looking at Call of Duty in particular, the multiplayer is huge. It's so big, it has its own esports events such as Call of Duty World Championships and Call of Duty World League, where the best players in the world come and battle it out against each other for the title of the best player and or the best team in the world. You see, here's the problem. The thing about having such a strong multiplayer base is the fact that the campaign tends to be neglected quite often. Ever since Black Ops 2 or the Modern Warfare series, the campaigns have sucked big time. They lack any real content, it's just maybe like a 10-second cutscene where it's all calm and then BAM! All of a sudden 20 twats come at you with guns blazing and you just shoot the fuck out of them until you reach a checkpoint. It's the same old and it's boring. Now that's not saying that storytelling games are perfect. They're not. They're far from it. One thing that drives me mad about the story games is the fact that it takes so long to write and produce. Like for real, The Last of Us Part 2 was recently announced at PSX, and they're suggesting it will be at least a 2019 game. Like what the fuck? I'll be 22 by the time that game comes out. And the fact that the game leans more towards the story side of things is that all it takes is one loophole, one tiny little rip in the storyline, and the game is seen as a failure and gets shit reviews. Another thing is that any hint of multiplayer in these games tend to suck, or at least not be as good as others expect. Maybe I'm being too harsh, who knows. What do you guys think? Are you on board with storytelling games and their immersive story, or do you guys prefer Call of Duty side of things where you just shoot the fuck out of each other? To be honest, I'm more with storytelling games, but I love both genres. So let us know on our social medias, which will be shown on screen now. And if you guys did enjoy the video, please do leave a like, it does help us out a ton. Subscribing is a good idea since we put out new content like this every single week. And thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time for another video.